I want to thank Claire and Wolfgang and for having me. It's really a privilege to be here, as it was a privilege to work for Michael. During the early years of Guantanamo, through around 2007, before the vitriol found its home online, Michael received hate messages pretty much on a daily basis. And part of my job was to transcribe in full the phone messages and pull out the hate email and include all of this in a to-do pile that I set up every day. I did try and get out of transcribing the hate messages because people went on and on and on and on, but Michael really wanted everything written out. So I appropriated some of this into a novel manuscript, which I did alter and edit. Yet it remains a reflection of the period and the personal assault that came with being a primary spokesperson opposing Guantanamo and torture. I think years went by where Michael, apart from everything he was doing and all the responsibilities he had, he also was on television, on the radio, or in print every single day. And he would do interviews from vacation, from meetings. He would leave the room to do interviews. So he was really a spokesperson. And then in later years, other lawyers came and took over. And then that sort of commitment was something he gave to WikiLeaks up until, even while he was sick. So I'm going to read from a chapter in the novel manuscript called Fan Mail Sampling, AKA Hate Messages. At the end, there's a one short paragraph reaction from the agent who's investigating and rifling through the files of this fictional attorney. Everyone can hear me, right? Yeah, okay. January 22nd, 2002. You are too self-righteous to be trusted. January 11th, 2002, speaker sings, turn, turn, turn. Speaker says, this is from the Bible, you know. It's not just a song. I believe there is a time and a place for everything. To every season, turn, turn, turn. This is not the time, and that is not the place for humanitarianism. January 22nd, 2002. Unbelievable, effing unbelievable that there are people like you living in this country. I've got news for you. Not everyone deserves some kind of due process. Definitely not filthy Muslim insects. July 11th, 2007, message number 1. I've never met you, but in my heart, in my soul, I know you. You will never know hunger. You start your day without a prayer, and on Sabbath you do not light candles. You've got it made. You cannot defend yourself. You cannot use any weapons but your flaccid tongue. You are completely defenseless and at the mercy of your enemy. You feel empowered because you are part of some bullshit nonprofit organization. But in the real world, you are as powerless as a goldfish on a tiled floor. You know there is an army to defend the land and police to defend the city, but God forbid if something terrible should happen like happened on September 11th, 2001, you would be like that goldfish, floundering on the tiled floor, helpless, looking for someone to blame. January 23rd, 2002. If you think the treatment of the terrorist idiots is inhumane, why don't you take them home and give them a bath? January 23rd, 2003. You think we should think of our children and our grandchildren. I truly believe that the president has done that. Wouldn't you rather be certain that your children are part of the haves? This is a have nation. If there are bombs, wouldn't you prefer to have the biggest and the best? Wouldn't you prefer to be on the winning side? Can you even imagine being a have-not? February 20th, 2005. I think it's a good thing that these idiots are trying to commit suicide. In these cases, I am all for assisted suicide. March 15th, 2003. You don't deserve to live in this country. Proud to serve. June 29th, 2004. At the risk of becoming a police state, I support the actions of our government. I'd take an American-style police state over whatever else any day. July 11th, 2007, message number 2. Venetian glass has more backbone than you. You think God is an illusion. The war in your mind is lost, and you put our beloved America on par with third-rate thug nations who employ torture. Your delusional mind sees no difference between dictatorships and the United States of America. You are a coward. You use your big mouth like a whore uses her Virginia. You care little for our defenses, and our vulnerabilities are not your problem. The enemy must be treated with kid gloves and, above all, respected, or the world won't like us. Oh, woe is me, woe is me. Popularity in your mind trumps self-preservation. August 30th, 2004, called 6 times and left the identical message, delivered in iambic pentameter. I am going to track you down. I am going to kill you and everyone around you. I will come when you least expect it, right in broad daylight. I am watching. I see you. I am ready. I am going to kill you. I am going to kill you. I am going to kill you. September 12th, 2004. The terrorists have nothing in common with human beings. They feel nothing. They feel nothing. Appalled. January 22nd, 2004. These terrorists do not follow any rules of engagement. They live in filth, plotting ways to mutilate innocent civilians. April 10th, 2005. I believe the only solution is to blacktop the whole of the Middle East. July 11th, 2007, message number 3. You are no warrior, but one would think you are at least a scholar. You seem to know nothing about history. So, let me paint for you a little historical picture. In the stories of the Trojan War, the city of Troy had many people like you. The citizens of Troy could see their enemies on the beach, and they had a fortified city with thick, high walls. Still, they were vulnerable and ripe for destruction. And one day, when they least expected it, because the war lasted 10 years, and we are in the 6th year of our war. Anyway, as I was saying, 10 years had passed, and one day, the citizenry of Troy wanted it all to be over, so they made a mistake. Their enemy was very, very, very clever, very patient. The citizens of Troy felt so secure, they let vanity and false pride strip away reason. They allowed the enemy behind their walls because the enemy was a tribute to Troy's perceived victory and vanity. May 27th, 2005. With all due respect, you make me ill. The detainees have one and only one goal, and that is to wipe our way of living off the face of the earth. January 18th, 2007. You need to get laid. April 3rd, 2002. I cannot understand how anyone can think the way you do. Stop coddling murderers. May 2nd, 2004, pleading. These detainees are treated far better than prisoners within jail facilities here in the United States. Why don't you help them? Why don't you help them? Please, please, please. July 11th, 2007, message 4. I hate you. Because every time you open your miserable, cowardly, pathetic, know-nothing mouth, you allow a Trojan horse to come into my beloved cities. And you justify this by accusing America the Beautiful of being cruel torturers like the wretched Spanish Inquisition. Shame on you. Shame on you. What the Spanish Inquisition did was to destroy the Jewish culture so Spain could thrive on some demonic perceived purity. What my beloved America is doing is trying to prevent the destruction of our beloved cities. October 28th, 2003. These savages are not part of an army. They behead people, cut off heads. April 5th, 2004. What kind of Jew are you? Don't you see? You should read Alan Dershowitz. Torturing terrorists is the only way to save lives. January 15th, 2002. I hope the mosquitoes carry diseases. April 25th, 2003. You are an embarrassment and a traitor to the United States of America. God bless our Commander-in-Chief. July 11th, 2007. When the terrorists come on their Trojan horses because we could not squeeze the truth from their foul lips, where will you run? The terrorists will do to you what the Spanish inquisitors did to my ancient relatives and what the Nazis did to my recent relatives. The hapless Jewish citizenry did not understand what evil was pursuing them, but you know. And while you are running, who will you look to blame? The neocons, the CIA, the man in the moon, anyone and everyone except yourself. June 23rd, 2004. I hope you are kidnapped by terrorists and die a horrible, miserable death. That's all I have to say, idiot. April 10th, 2003. Iraq is going to be so much better when this is over. Just like Germany, Japan, Vietnam, Nicaragua, etc. Everywhere we go, we make things better for the people. September 21st, 2006. I am pregnant. I want the world safer for our baby. We are at war. I'm terrified. What if someone is innocent? What if those people in Guantanamo are innocent? I can't think about it. I can't think about it. Please, please. January 24th, 2002. Do me a favor and go fuck yourself, and I will cheer if someone takes you out of the game. March 18th, 2003. And if you love the terrorists so much, why don't you pack up your little Jew house and move in with them permanently? November 23rd, 2006. If I could kill a terrorist or you, I might choose you. July 11th, 2007. What world are you talking about when you write, "They will hate us"? Europe, who killed millions of innocent people in their many wars? Africa, a sad, miserable, pathetic continent filled with slave children, destitution, and war. South America, almost as miserable as Africa. China, where slaves and misery is rampant. The Arab lands, what lands could be more wretched and hateful than Arab lands? Iceland, Ireland, Fiji, what civilized country would deny us the right to protect our country? And if we falter, who will protect them from the Islamic Inquisition, now in its 6th year against us, but it is the 1,369th year against the world? January 1st, 2007. Your left-wing vision won't even be a footnote in the history of America. Facts, March 29th, 2003. Hey, I saw you on the news, and you are in serious need of an enema. January 29th, 2005, you will pay for your seditious actions. June 3rd, 2007, have a nice day, fuckhead. I pray it's your last. June 26, 2006, the era of the rule of law is over, as you so aptly keep pointing out. July 11th, 2007, I am a soldier in the war against the Islamic Inquisition, a war we did not ask for, but we will not shrink from. I am a soldier in the war against terror, and you are a goldfish on the tiled floor. Frank thought about the fans now that closing Guantanamo was a promise that both McCain and Obama had made. It will not be closed, not after all that money was sunk into its expansion. From dusk to doomsday, the place exceeded all the hangman's dreams. A state-of-art darling, complete with psychology handbook, how to torment into insanity the easy way. Drawn by pure darkness, behold the architecture of lifelong echoes, the torture that keeps giving, and so it should. Frank does not believe you end up there because you're innocent. Torture plumbs eternity. It is effective. No one returns for seconds. On the other hand, if he were wrong, what possible forgiveness exists to draw the nails from flesh? That's it. Thank you.